Hey guys, welcome. In the last section, we learned how to install Angular 5 to our system. In this section, we are going to learn how to create a new Angular project and how to modify project files. Let's get started. To create an Angular project, first I am going to my computer. There I am going to some local drive. You can go to any local drive here. You can choose any one, and here I am creating a new folder. I am naming that folder as projects. You can give any name here. You do not have to give projects only. You can give like my projects or Angular projects or something which indicate projects. Okay, and open that folder. After opening the folder, in the address bar beside the active folder projects, you click here and you can see editable address. There you type cmd and press enter. Immediately you will see ms-DOS command prompt launched as our folder as active folder. There we have to create a new Angular project. To create a new Angular project, we have to give a command like this: ng new, and here we have to, this is the command to create a new project. After this one, we have to provide the project name also. What I am creating, I am creating students projects, that's why I am giving name students. See, this is the complete command: ng new students. Here you have to provide the project name. If you are creating employees project, then you can give like this: ng new employees. This way you can provide the name as you wish as per your project. Okay, after this you simply press enter. Then you can observe your project files will be downloaded and your project will be created. Now see, so many files will be downloaded from the internet and finally your project will be created. This download process will take a long time here, and you have to wait a long time to create your project. Until your project is not finished, you have to wait. This will take a huge time here, and this speed also depends on your internet speed and system performance also. If your system internet is somewhat slow, then it will take a huge time to create a project. Here we have to wait a long time. You can see project files are being downloaded from internet to finish the project creation. Now we can see our project is going to be finished here. See, we can see the message: project student successfully created. That means our project is created, finished, and at the same time we can see a folder named students in the projects folder. This is our project, students project created by Angular. So here what we have to do, we have to do one more thing. Here we have to check whether our project files are successfully, that means correctly installed or not, or created or not. To do so, we have to serve our project to the server. To do so, we have to give ng serve command here and press enter. When you do this, our project will be, sorry, what we have to do, we have to enter to the students folder first, cd students, our project folder, and here we have to give the command ng serve crv and press enter. Our project will be served to the server, and there our project will be compiled also, and our project will be executed. Then we know any errors are there in our projects. See, we can see live development server listening to localhost 4200, some URL also given by the server here for our project, and we can see the message compiled successfully. That means if our project is compiled successfully, that means we have no errors in our project files. And one more thing we can do here, we can view our project application view in a browser using this address localhost 4200. What we had to do, you can open any browser here and give localhost 4200 and press enter. And we can see some pages loaded here. That means our project is successfully created. One more thing we can do, if you press F12 also, we can see console here. In the console also we have no errors appeared, so this means our project is successfully created. So this is the way how we create our project, and I am closing this. Now our project is created, and that is in projects folder. This is our project students. If you open this, you will see several files here. We do not need all these things here. We'll discuss all these things later. First of all, now we know how to open our project in Visual Studio Code and how to modify our project files, and we know what are the important files in our project to modify initially. I am opening Visual Studio Code here. Yes, Visual Studio Code is launched here. Here I am going to file and saying open folder here, and go to D drive and projects, and there our project is there, and double click the project folder and select folder. Immediately you will see your project folder will be opened in the Explorer of Visual Studio. Here we can see several files here. We do not need all these files to understand. Now first we have to go to source folder. In this folder we have to go to F folder. This is the folder where we create all our project files, and we can modify our project files here. In this, some default files are created here. In the file we have to see particularly two files here, app.component.ts file and app.component.html file. At initial level we have to understand these two files. First of all, I will go to app.component.ts file. See, what is the component? Component is a simple view. It's a view file on for our project. That means the component only shows something on our project. All other file perform some other task, but the task of showing something is the duty of components in our projects. This is a component file. That means it shows something on the application. That means here we can see title here, title app. Here what I am doing, I am changing my app and save this. Control S, press Control S. After this you go to view and integrated terminal. Open integrated terminal here. Then you will see some terminal window is opened here. In the integrated terminal you give the command again ng serve. Now our application will be launched once again with the updated data. In the place of app we can see my app here, ng serve, and press enter. The same thing you can open a separate ms task command prompt also, and there also you can do the same. Otherwise you can use the terminal here only to serve our project. And we can see the compilation message successfully compiled successfully, and you can see the localhost here also. This is the same thing what we have done in must command prompt. This is the thing what I have done here also, the same thing. And I minimize it, and I am going to launch my application by providing the localhost 4200 URL. See here we can observe in the place of app there is a data my app. Okay, and what I am doing here now, again modifying here Angular app, and save this file, Ctrl S, press Ctrl S, and it is compiled. At the first time only we had to give the ngSar command. Once you compile, when you serve the project, the compilation process will continue automatically. Just when you modify something in the your application files and you save it, the compilation process will automatically done and your project will be automatically updated. You can see in the place of my app, you can see the message Angular off. This way, this is the basic file, the first file, initial file, which will be launched in the project at first. And if you do any modifications here, the modifications will be displayed in the app also. And one more thing, the second file is app.component.html, which is integrated with this component file. Here you can see the address of the app.template URL. This is the file which is used as the display template for this component. In this one, the template file, this is going to display the HTML data, the static data and template, and this is going to provide the data for this HTML. So whatever we can see in this file here, all the things are displayed from this HTML only. Now what I am doing, I am deleting all the things here and saving, and type welcome here, welcome, and I will give h1 here. You can see this and save this, and your project will be compiled, and you can see all the things which were there on the page in previously, everything were deleted, and some welcome message is displayed on this one. This way these two files, app.component.ts and app.component.html, both together controls the display of our application view. Now we have understand that both together will control the display of our view in the application, but we have two separate files here, app.component.ts and app.component.html. We may have, in the initial level we may have some confusion here, so to clear the confusion I am doing one more thing here. I am completely deleting this file, app.component.html file also, and now we will work only with one file, that is app.component.ts file. And one more thing here, we have to remove the template URL of external file, and we can directly write HTML here. Okay, now what I will write here, I will take a h1 tag here, and I will write some welcome message in the h1 tag. See, we have only single file, we don't have the app.component.html file also, and we do not need this style URL also. Just we need only selector and template only in component decorator section, and we can save this one and we'll see. Now we can see the same message, and instead of having two files, separate HTML template and component.ts file separately, we integrated both in a single file in component.ts. And here we have data section, and here we have presentation section, where we can use HTML elements to display our presentation. Here this will provide the data how we'll see. We'll do one more thing here in the class section. This is the programming section, this is the template section. In the programming section we have a variable title, and I am deleting this variable also, and I am taking a variable called a name, and that variable is type string type, and I am assigning some value to it. Gandhi, and this also the type of the variable also you may provide, or you may skip it also, but giving this is a good practice. Providing some type of the data is good practice for us. And now we have to use this variable in the template section. To do so, I am going to template section there, and I will use double curly brackets for here, and I will give name there. This is the way how we can use the template class variables in the template section to display the data. Now we can see two things on the HTML template and display section. One is we'll have a welcome message, and we'll have some data also which is provided by the class. See, we can see this. See, we have here template welcome message, and we have Gandhi. And when I change the name here, when the data is changed here in the class section, and I am saving it, this is saved, and you go there and press refresh, you will see the data is updated Gandhiji. This is the way how we can work with components. This component has two sections. One is component decorator section, which has the HTML template and which will also have some metadata, and this is the a class section of the component file where we have some different data, where we have data for the template. Now we'll do one last thing. We have integrated these two in a single file, and HTML template and class in a single file. Instead of that, I will create a new file here, new HTML template here, and I will integrate template URL the file with the help of template URL property here. We'll do this. What I'm doing here, app dot component dot HTML. I have created a file, empty file. In this file, whatever I have written here, what template items I have written here, I am taking to the component.html file and paste here. You can see, and now we have two files. We have make those two files work together. So I have to provide not template here, we have to provide template URL of the external template HTML template. What is the name of that HTML template? app.component.html. so what we have to do, we simply can app.component.html here. And this is all the same thing how we have done. We can do both. We can implement the class and the HTML template in the same file. Otherwise we can write the template as a separate external file, and simply we can provide the URL of the external template file here, and both together will work as a view, and they will show some data on our application. And I am saving this file, and finally you can see the same view here. Okay, this is the way how component works. The component is the main display unit for our project and our application. All other files will do some other task, but the component only works as a display unit for our application. This is the end of this class. We'll continue some other things in the next class. Until then, goodbye.